All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Baso, and this is Adrian. Today, we're going to do an advanced ankle, knee, hip, and core stabilizers or stability training. So a lot of my workouts, sometimes I like to infuse more than one thing at one time because it gets it out the way. It's very important. If you haven't trained, but mobility and strength training and stability runs hand in hand. So stability is what stabilizes you or your stabilizers, whether it's your ankles, knees, or hips. So you may be good going front to back, but are your ankles and knees stable enough to go side to side or at an angle? So that's what we're training today. Your ankles, your knee stability, your hip, and your stabilizers. Why it's so important? The stiffer your ankles are, the stiffer your hips. So if you was to twist, roll your ankles, more than likely, not besides your ankles being stiff, your knees is going to take a blunt of that too, because it's not, if it doesn't have a lot of mobility in it, and it doesn't have some stability as far as being able to flex and have that strength, even though your ankles may roll, your knees is going to start taking, over time, is going to start taking a blunt of that as well as your hips. So everything runs hand in hand. So we're going to do 3 different exercises today. We're going to demonstrate all 3. The third one is a team event. Now, I'll explain the modified version if you don't have somebody to do the last exercise. So again, before you do any of these exercises, make sure you get a clearance to your doctor saying it's okay to do it. So Adrian's going to do it. We call the first exercise a pendulum swing. So basically, I just got a handle. If you don't have a handle, you can just use a resistant band and some weights. If you don't have a weight, you can get a milk jug, fill it with water, and put the resistant band around the water. If you don't have a resistant band, you can get a Walmart plastic bag and loop it around the handle and hold the plastic bag. So you don't have to spend money, but if you want to and you already have this equipment, that's fine. Again, you can use a milk jug for the weight, add water in it. Trust me, it's going to be difficult even if you've never done it. So these exercises can be done any ages. So as you get older, or if you play sports or in general, this will help you prevent you from falling, strengthen your ankles, knees, hip, and stabilizers. So she's going to do what we call the pendulum swings. She's going to stand on, she's advanced, so she's going to stand on 2 of these blocks. So that's 1 block. So that's just 2. See the difference in height? And why I put her on blocks? Because I want to strengthen the ankles as well as the knees a little bit more advanced than just regular standing on the ground. So she's going to get started. She's going to do 10 pendulum swings, and she's going to go straight to both sides after you've done it. Now, the modified version of this, you can go get started. So the other leg is in the air, and she's just balancing one leg on it. So the modified version of this is for beginners, just stand on one leg and do it. So if you can't do it with one leg, you can always start with 2 legs and swing. So 2 legs, if that's too easy, go to 1 leg, just standing on the ground. Once you get good at doing 1 leg, then you can incorporate the blocks. And then go start with 1 block, then 2 blocks. As you can see, she's advanced, so, you know, it's nothing for her. So again, she's doing what I call pendulum swings. And when you're starting off, you don't have to swing it as high. You can start off a little bit slow and work your way up where you get that pendulum to swing higher, back and forth. But if you watch the video, look at her ankles, look at her knee, hips, and stabilizers. They move in all different directions. So she's got to use and engage all of them to make sure she doesn't fall. So that was exercise number 1. That's called pendulum swings. So she's advanced. She started off just like everybody else. If you want to, just start on the ground. Like I said, start with 2 legs. and swing it. And then when you get advanced, stand on one leg. And then when that gets too easy, then you go to 1 block and 2 blocks. Very simple. So she did 10 reps. So you can do 3 sets of 10, or again, typically we do about 25 reps, but we want to get everything in the video. So do 3 sets of 25 each leg and then move on. So the next exercise, same thing. She's going to use a kettlebell with the resistance band and the handle. She's going to go do around the world. So she's going to stand on one leg and she's going to actually go around 10 revolutions on that right leg. So she's going counterclockwise. That's 1. She's going to give me 10 on the right leg counterclockwise. And then she's going to actually stand on her left leg and go clockwise 10 times with the other leg. See, she's good. She ain't fell off. Well, I talked too soon. The weight of the kettlebell is 20 pounds. Again, keep it basic, keep it simple. Starting off, everybody, if you have a milk jug at home, fill it with water, put the lid on it. Now, I wouldn't advise doing this on the carpet just in case you drop it and then the water gets on the carpet. So start doing it on the floor, wood floor, or in your garage or outside doing it. But all these exercises can be done at home. So once she gets 10, good job. Yep. Yep. And now she's going to go with her other leg.
Ooh, this side is harder.
So when you do this, you're going to realize which side is more dominant and which side is more dominant. We're isolating each side so that way we can equally strengthen both sides. To my viewers, I know a lot of people have, the ones that have been following me, I'm big on the glute atrophy, but along with the glute atrophy, strengthen your glutes, you definitely have to strengthen your core and stabilizer. So this is part of it. Remember I said there's no one template that fixes your lower back. So to get started, first get started on strengthening your glutes. So you know how to activate the glutes, and then strengthen your core or your stabilizers, and then you can go down from there. Every muscle that's attached to your lower back, you got to train it to permanently fix your lower back issues. So along with strength training, you got to have mobility, and also you got to have stabilization too. So you got to be able to stabilize your body weight or whatever weight you're carrying as well. So the last exercise, that was exercise number 2. So exercise number 3, she's going to actually stand on the block with one leg and she's going to catch it 5 times. She's going 5 times with the right leg, 5 times with the left leg. If you don't have anybody to throw it to, you can actually go, find a wall side of your building. You don't have to get nothing super heavy. This is like a 6-pound ball, and you can actually throw it against the wall and catch it and self-pass it. So if you don't have a partner, that's fine. You can actually go outside and throw it off the wall. But if you have kids, sister, brother, cousins, hey, have them join in on the workout. So this last exercise, again, I'm going to throw the ball, and she got to catch it with 2 hands. She ain't going to know where I'm throwing it because I'm trying to trick her muscles so she's not anticipating where the ball is. So that way her core stabilizers will be tricked along with her ankles and knees and hips. So we'll do 5 catches on the right leg. The other leg got to be in the air. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. So the goal, typically when I do this, if they fall before they catch the 5, they start back to 0. So I was making a little challenge, but this is just for the video. And if you're brand new, don't count that. We'll count them. So the modification, just like exercise number 1, you can just do it on the ground, stand on one leg, and just have somebody throw it to you. If you've never done this and you don't know how your balance is, try it. You'll really see where your balance is at. So now we're gonna go to her left leg, 5 catches, same thing. Ready? 3, 2, 1, 1. And typically I go a little further away, 2, 3, but I wanted to be in the video 2, 4. Last one, 5. Good. So those are all 3 exercises. The modification is standing on your one leg. If you can't stand on one leg, just stand on 2 legs. Do a few sets, then stand on one leg. Because even when you 2 hands, if you're throwing the ball different directions, up here, you're engaging your core and your obliques because when you catch it, you gotta stabilize it from pulling you down, whatever direction, or if it's overhead, keep you from falling backwards. Your muscles gotta stabilize itself to be able to stabilize the ball. So start with 2 feet on the ground, 2 easy. Stand on one leg, that gets too easy. Go to 1 block, and then 1 block gets too easy, 2. Reason I say yoga block, these are really smushy, so they flex. And if you go back to look at the video, her ankles are constantly moving side to side, front to back, and even at an angle. So while we're trying to strengthen her stabilizers, we're also strengthening her ankles, strengthening her knees, strengthening her hips, and the core. So yes, this is a stabilization exercise, but it focuses more just on your core. Very important that you have strong ankles, strong knees, strong hips, and strong core, because all those key elements right there will help prevent having knee issues and back problems. And those are very common issues with a lot of people. So with the feet, plantar fasciitis, knees, knee pain, hips, hip pain or hip arthritis, glute atrophy, core, if it's weak, you're going to strain your back more because it's not stable. You don't know how to engage your core. So these 3 exercises, you can do them twice a week, do 3 to 5 sets. If you haven't tried it, try it out. These can be done at home in the garage. It can be very inexpensive. These yoga blocks, you don't have to spend a lot. You know, $5 to $7 is what they cost. 2 of these. If you don't want to spend money on a kettlebell, you again use a water jug, fill it up. You may want to saran wrap the top of it, so if it falls, it ain't busting, spreading water all over. And then use a Walmart or Kroger's bag, wherever you're at, HEB, whatever. Use that, loop it around the handle, and then use that to do the pendulum swing. So, thank you, Adrienne. She made it look easy. That's why I have her doing it. Nah, I can do it as well.
You do better.
Thank you. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Again, these exercises can be done at home, 10, 15 minutes. Doesn't take much. But as long as you stay consistent and determined, hey, you can start fixing some of those issues and imbalances that you have in your body. All right? Thank you.